This is Michael Orrell of MobileBurn.com, and today I have with me the Samsung Rogue for Verizon Wireless. It's a very nicely spec'd feature phone. Sports a large 3.1-inch wide VGA resolution touchscreen display. It's a resistive touchscreen. It has 800 by 480 pixel resolution. Also, the device features a 4-row QWERTY keyboard. One row is dedicated to number keys across the top, which means that the spacebar is mixed in with some of the letter keys around the bottom. And we'll get into the keyboard details a little bit later. In terms of the basic hardware design and controls, there's a simple volume control on the left-hand side, proprietary Samsung USB and power port on the left edge, a 3.0 megapixel autofocus camera with a self-portrait mirror and a LED assist lamp, 3.5mm headphone port for wired headphones, no adapters required, lock button for unlocking and locking the display. This rocker switch here does double duty. It serves as voice dialing and speakerphone toggle. It also handles zooming controls when you're inside the web browser, and we'll show you that a little bit later. Over here is the single stage camera shutter button. Short press will activate the camera, long press will bring up the camcorder. Activate the display by hitting the lock button up here, and you'll notice that it's Samsung's TouchWiz user interface. Now there's a single home screen system, so you can't swipe back left and right or up and down to get to more screen real estate, and that's a bit of a problem because a lot of these widgets, like this one that's on here already, are rather large. You can see we have the widget tray here. We're going to move up and down it, and then what we do is we grab a widget and drag it onto the screen. Now you take a look at that and you can see it's quite large, and between these two widgets now, the screen is basically full. In this case, this widget is for shortcuts for contacts. I have one here for Darth Tater. Just tap on it, then you can quickly either call, message, or get information on the person. Down here at the bottom, you'll see the hardware controls. We've got call, send, call, end, and then this button, which is clear and back. So if I hit this, I can get back to the home screen from where I was. Tap on that little tab there and brings back the widget tray, and you can drag widgets back onto it. You can also activate widgets directly from the tray just by tapping on them. By now you might have also noticed the very vivid colors on the display. It's not only touchscreen and a great resolution, but it's also active matrix organic LED. So these AMOLED displays put out some really brilliant, well-saturated colors, and you'll see that throughout the user interface. And they also conserve a bit of power, because when you run with a primarily dark theme, you're not using as much power, because instead of other displays that have full backlights that are always on, whether it's a black or white pixel, these pixels actually light up individually, and that's why you get such bright colors and also save a little bit of battery power. So here's the main menu, pretty simple, just a grid of 3x3. The menus are all nicely scrollable, a little bit of haptic vibration feedback as you move through, and you can see the frame rate's pretty decent. It sticks to the finger pretty well. Go into the display settings. You can see you can some control over which widgets show up on the home screen tray. You can change fonts, sizes, and the actual font being used as well. A lot of good customizations in this. You'll also notice that the entire user interface works in landscape mode when you slide out the keyboard. We'll go into messaging and just enter in a new message. The text message. We'll select one of the contacts. I'll send this to my buddy Boris Yeltsin. And we start typing. Now, as I mentioned, that the configuration of a 3-row keyboard means that the spacebar gets put in between the B and the V keys here. It takes some getting used to, because the M is awfully far out to the right, as is the period, but it's something you can adapt to. The keys are kind of rubbery, a little bit soft, but they seem to work okay. I'll just send that off. We'll go back to the home screen by hitting the call end button, and you'll see across the bottom here we have little status indicators. I can toggle the speakerphone on and off. You'll see the green speakerphone indicator go on and off. I can also see that I have voicemail here, so if I pull up the visual voicemail application, we can actually play the voicemail without having to dial in. There's a message right there. It's already highlighted, the most recent one. I'm just going to play it.
GlobalBird.com, and we're leaving a text message for the visual voicemail system on the Samsung Rogue.
And from here I can call the person back. It happened to have been me, or I can erase it as well. VZ Navigator is also on board, and you can use it for getting turbine turn location, finding businesses in your area, and it also has voice support for entering in addresses and business names. So if I just hold down the send button here, I can tell it to look for my favorite ice cream place, Dairy Queen. It'll find my location and hopefully figure out that I said Dairy Queen and show us all the local Dairy Queens in the area. And there we go.